Expected to be open by this summer, the Veloci Coaster is looking more ready by the day, with Raptors being unwrapped on the ride and the train's lighting package being tested. It's looking like this impressive new coaster could be ready to open in no time. Let's check in on these details as well as some of the construction progress since our last video in today's news update. Officially opening this year, the Jurassic World Veloci Coaster will be Florida's tallest and fastest launch coaster. In just the first few weeks of 2021, this new roller coaster has been testing its impressive lighting package on its trains. Blue LED headlamps on every seat, as well as lighting on the front of the lead car and other small touches on the sides, look impressive as the trains glide almost silently along the track. It has been said that the lights on the trains are important to the ride's story. In our last update, we theorized that the headlamps on the train could be a way to keep the Raptors away as the vehicle passes through their paddock. Or at the very least, they could be used as a way for our trains to be granted access into the area, as corresponding lights can also be seen on the paddock's 2 entry points. Multiple trains are currently running, as it's believed that each train will need to run a certain number of hours before they can be signed off as safe for guests. Not all of the trains are testing with water dummies though, and the speeds of the runs seem to fluctuate, either from the difference in weight or from tweaks being done to the coaster's 2 launches. Now they seem to also be testing the ride's show lighting, seen here illuminating the rocks. Checking in on construction progress, the area that looks to still need the most work is near the ride's entrance. This area, located on the lagoon side of the Discovery Center, is still being finished. In concept art, it looks like torches and raptor statues may be placed on top of the roof, although the concept art could be deceiving. In front of the ride entrance, some metal fencing has gone up around the touchdown element of the track in the center of the courtyard. This element is designed to look like a small enclosure, with fencing around it. From aerial photos, it looks as though there may be a glass viewing area on the other side, where guests who are about to enter the queue can get a good look at this maneuver. There were rumors for this element being designed as a water feature or a fountain, but now it's looking like that may not be the case. The large fence that was being built behind the Mythos restaurant has been completed. This will help block the view of backstage areas from guests that are riding the coaster. Plants or trees may be planted in front of the new wall to help it blend in with the surrounding area. Right now, the railings are being removed from the patio walls behind the 3 broomsticks. The patio area is currently closed during this work. It has been speculated that at least some of these walls might be raised to block the view of the Veloci Coaster from diners seated outside. Switching to the other side of the attraction, work is being completed along the roof. Additional theming elements may still be on their way to finish this area, and perhaps block the view of things like air conditioning units or exposed team member areas. The base of the Warden Tower may still need to be partially blocked as well. This tower has had its access door open in recent days. Workers could be installing lighting for the windows in this ornamental tower. On the ground, bamboo has been added around this area to help block the team member staircase outside of the load area, as well as some of the show building near the first turn. The markings on the ground that connect the Raptor encounter to the Raptor paddock coaster area were recently completed. Rather than paint, this design was completed by blasting the concrete to create a textured effect. According to the trainers at the Raptor encounter, in story, this path is how they transport the Raptors to and from their paddock when they're not taking photos with visitors. Speaking of Raptors, if you stand in just the right spot near the freestyle Coke machines at Pizza Predatoria, you can spot Blue through the viewing area across from the Raptor encounter. This figure is located near the track, along with a couple other members of her pack. Earlier this month, we saw that her plastic wrap was starting to come off, but just last week it was removed entirely. It appears that this figure is not animated, but we are expecting to see some animatronics on the ride, or at the very least, from the queue. Also in the Jurassic Park area, the River Adventure ride is currently closed for its annual refurbishment. They usually take a few weeks every year during the winter to refresh the ride with some new paint, and fixes to various effects that may need an upgrade. The ride is scheduled to reopen by January 30th. While the coaster is looking more and more complete, there's likely plenty of work to be done inside of the queue, in addition to completing the ride's entrance area. And even if the theming was complete, I imagine they still have weeks of testing ahead to get all of the trains ready for guests. We'll keep an eye on the progress, so stay tuned to the channel for more details on the Jurassic World VelociCoaster opening this year at Islands of Adventure in Universal Orlando. Let us know in the comments when you think the coaster will be opening. And if you like what we do, consider joining our Patreon for exclusive content and to show your support of the channel. You can join today for as little as $1 a month. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.